live. I'm Holly Clark, and with me is
Mike Harvey. Good morning, Fayette County.
Good morning, Fayette County. Welcome to Drive Time with Mike. We are almost to Ansted. We're like within a minute. Would you say?
Yep.
What do you have to say about this area?
First,
Mike?
accept my apologies for us canceling yesterday's event and moving it to today. As everybody's aware, today in Fayette County, the weather's not been very cooperative. In fact, we're waiting for another storm tomorrow to hit, so we're glad to be able to be out on the road today with you. And again, another beautiful town here in Fayette County, Ansted, West Virginia. Literally another town that coal and lumber and railroads have built in Fayette County historically. Ansted, for those who do not know, was named after the famed author and geologist Dr. David Thomas Ansted, who in 1873 found that coal was in high abundance here in Ansted, and helped bring the coal industry here to Ansted at the time. Before even that, the Midland Trail had a long history of travel through here, traveling from the Canal Valley to Lewisburg and all points eastward and westward, back and forth, with settlers all the way from the New England states moving here looking for, again, a better life. And the way of, including the original Baptist settlers here in the area. They were looking for a more peaceful life closer to God and thought this land brought them that. And for those that are not aware, also in this area, if you're talking about history in Fayette County, that's relative, something I was not even aware of until the last 48 hours, General Stonewall Jackson's mother, Julia Jackson, is buried here in the Westlake Cemetery. Down here in the 1870s, yes.
I had no idea.
As a matter of fact, General Jackson's famed horse, Traveler, was found here and bought here by General Stonewall Jackson.
What?
So, a lot of history here.
Mike, you've been doing your homework.
So, if you, yes I have been actually. So again, there's also an old tavern here, Tyree Tavern, that's nearby.
Yeah.
That is known for, again, housing Union as well as Confederate soldiers during the war, during different periods of occupation here in the area. So when you talk about history and tourism in Fayette County, there's a lot brought to bear here just in Ansted when you travel through. So when you talk about economic development, Ansted used to be the economic hub for this trail. Tied to coal, tied to lumber, tied to just trade between, again, the travelers that were traveling east to west or even west to east, going back east. You know, a lot of tobacco brought through here, lumber, and just goods for the old Conestoga wagons that were traveling these trails back and forth between Canal Valley to Lewisburg, as an example. So again, economic development is not something that's new to Fayette County in recent years. We've been known for it historically. So again, that's how I say to a lot of my friends when we talk about economic development. Sometimes we look backwards to look forward. So the things that made Fayette County successful, that entrepreneurial spirit, that pioneering spirit in the past, something that needs to be brought back to Fayette County now moving forward. There's nothing wrong with looking at our history and what made it successful. How do we feel about coal, as an example? Remember, the coal built these small towns. And the cherished history that's here is what's kept people here these decades and centuries moving forward, and has kept these people here that have fell in love with the lifestyle of the mountains, the peaceful living that you can enjoy here, that you cannot enjoy in the urban environment around the state of West Virginia. States like Pittsburgh or D.C. or Baltimore. Even, again, looking at cities in Ohio or even the Carolinas. You're not going to find that kind of peace in this more urban environment. So you'll find these small municipalities like Ansted or Meadowbridge or Smithers or Gully Bridge.
Okay, and you are speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from experience, yes.
Okay, by the way, as we were moving into town here, we passed I'd never seen Mike's old house.
Yes. And actually, it's a funny story. Going in the Wayback Machine, I like to do sometimes late at night. The first time I came down Route 60 was back in late 1980 when my parents were moving from the Kanawha Valley to Summers County. My mother grew up in Clendenin, so we moved from Houston in 1979 to Elkview and back near the Kanawha Valley. And at one point, my parents decided it was better to move to my dad's past home in Summers County. So my first visit to Fayette County was in late 1980s. We made a trek from Kanawha County to Summers County down Route 60. As a matter of fact, we just turned our van around in Hawks Nest, which is the first state park I'd actually visit in West Virginia, and got out in. So in a few weeks, as we visit Gully Bridge and Smithers and Montgomery, I'll talk about some of the places we stopped on Route 60 back in 1980, making our way to Summers County. So, little do I know that back in 1980 as a young child, that in the early 2005 actually, I would decide to move to Ansted and live here for 13 years from 2005 to 2017. Finally make my way to Fayetteville in 2018 after an illness. So again, you talk about being born and bred in southern West Virginia, or actually raised in southern West Virginia, my roots run deep in Fayette County for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
So,
let me interject just a second to say, if you are just joining us, welcome to you. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the chat. And if we aren't able to get to them, during this time that we're on the segment, we will as soon as we get a chance, as soon as Mike stops driving. And please be sure to like the Facebook page, because that's how you're going to keep receiving notifications, getting updates from us as we continue to travel around the county. Next week, we're going to be going to Meadow Bridge. We're hoping to meet with the town council there, and so we'll be reporting out on how that goes. And back to you, Mike.
Sure. And again, I can tell you that from 2017 to date, things that were not here then. Now, across the street from us is the old Blue Smoke Salsa building. If anybody remembers Blue Smoke Salsa, or if you buy currently in the local stores, Kroger's carries it. I think even Walmart now carries Blue Smoke Salsa. Across the street is the original building where Blue Smoke Salsa was founded back in the early 2000s. And so we talk about entrepreneurial development and growth of a business. Another prime example of an entrepreneur here in Fayette County that had a product they brought to bear in a small town like Ansted, and now is sold regionally, successfully. So again, another reason why we foster entrepreneurial development. It's critical that we provide the resources to our citizens here in the county to have an idea that today may not seem like something viable in the short term, that the act of making that investment in that one individual, that small act, may have long-reaching consequences that you don't see initially. So here's a small building here in Ansted, West Virginia, that you never would have imagined 12 years ago would lead to a large regional brand that has been successfully sold and resold and branded and marketed. Yes.
So Mike, as I understand it from talking to you,
yes,
you want to develop programs for entrepreneurs that enable them to test their idea.
Absolutely, yes. One of the things that we're going to be talking about here in the very near future and announcing as we get closer is that regardless of the election results, we're going to be starting a foundation here that will be devoted to helping entrepreneurs within the county to develop their ideas and hopefully lead to more economic development within Fayette County, especially in areas that have been hard hit, like Ansted, like Mount Hope, and will lead to more entrepreneurs like those that have Blue Smoke Salsa, and developing, like some other people I know here, actually people in the car that are with me today, people that have their own businesses, develop those businesses and grow them even more, and take that next young set of entrepreneurs to the next level in their ideas, and hopefully grow those businesses here locally and throughout the county. Because again, that one small act of supporting the young entrepreneur that helps grow their business here may have long-reaching consequences to the future, just like that of David Ansted, who helped found the initial coal mining and lumber industries here in Ansted back in 1873. Small act of investing here in Ansted that led to the small, beautiful community that's still present today. And one small act of making a decision to move here and make the investment.
I just noticed we're very close to Holly Street.
Yes, we are.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, yes. So anyway, as I was saying, that foundation will be started here, and my commitment, I'll go ahead and make it public today, if I do win the election, that salary tied to the commission seat, I'll be donating entirely to that foundation, that nonprofit, to develop, again, those young entrepreneurs' ideas to lead economic development. So, we have my commitment today, Fayette County, that, depending on the outcome of the election, if I do win, the salary tied to that position will be donated entirely to that foundation that we're going to start up.
Awesome.
So, and I would encourage everybody else in the county today to join me in that commitment. And as a matter of fact, I encourage any of the other elected officials in the next primary and general election that win to join me in that commitment if they win, along with me. Donate their salaries towards that foundation, with the money's going entirely to economic development in Fayette County. Yeah, my commitment on that. It's why I'm currently trying to grow my business in Fayetteville, and why I'm going to be the next year trying to develop more business in the county, so that I can afford to make those kind of commitments. Being a true public servant, not requiring a salary on your taxpayer dime to keep me in that office. So my commitment is, you will have that salary devoted to that nonprofit, that foundation for economic development in Fayette County. That is my commitment. That's my commitment. That's my campaign manager. My friends will tell you my word is my bond. So you have that commitment for me, Fayette County.
Yeah.
And I would ask you to, if you have any questions, to please feel free to send to the Facebook or Messenger. Happy to answer them.
Yes, we'll definitely get those answered. No problems. You heard it here first, guys. Mike has just announced to everyone that he is forming a nonprofit and or foundation. I guess the logistics of that will be sorted through. And we will see you, if you are elected as County Commission of Fayette County. We will see the salary from that position be put into that foundation or nonprofit and be used toward economic development initiatives here in Fayette County. That's huge.
And I challenge every other elected official in the county drawing a salary at that level to do the same thing as me and join me in that fight for economic development by donating their salary that's paid for through taxpayer dollars in the county to that foundation or nonprofit for economic development for Fayette County. That is an open challenge.
Oh, all right. All right. So, folks, on that note, I think I would just say that thank you very much for joining us today here from Ansted. As I'd mentioned, we're going to be in Meadowbridge next week.
Yes.
And I'd ask you to like our Facebook page so that you can stay in the know, and also leave your comments so that we can get back in touch with you if you have an issue in your community, or if you want us to come to your community, let us know. Oh, and let us know if you want a sticker. Shoot us a message. We'll shoot you a sticker. We just got some stickers. We'd be happy to share those. Anything else to add?
And we do appreciate your support, and I do hope that the other elected officials and potential winners in the next primary and general election will join me in that commitment to donate their salaries to the nonprofit that we're going to develop for economic development in the county. I do think that's a worthwhile investment of the tax dollars. I work daily so that I do not have to depend on, hopefully, taxpayer-funded salaries to support me. So I would encourage you to please consider making that same commitment along with me. I think it's important. A public servant is truly supposed to be a public servant.